So do you want to know what criminals do after they steal your Hellcat? And I'm talking about Hellcat Charger, Challenger, Durango, TRX, Trackhawk, whatever, Hellcat period. After they steal your Hellcat, one or two things happen, right? One is a little more likely than the other, but one or two things happen. The first thing that happens is they rewrap it, right? They put a wrap on it, brand new color, brand new scheme, cross out the VIN number or change the VIN number altogether. That's a possibility. And the car pulls up behind you in traffic and you wouldn't even know it was yours. That's option number one. The more likely of the two is that they bust it down from top to bottom. They strip it down from top to bottom. They strip it down to the brake pads, and then they take the brake pads. And what they want more than anything is that motor, that Hellcat motor. You want to know why? Because right now, Hellcat engines, and I'm not even talking red eyes, I'm not even talking demons, I'm just talking about run-of-the-mill 700 plus horsepower Hellcat engines, are going for $16,000 to $20,000 online right now. You can go to the Dodge official website and get the Hellcat engine crate for $19,530. Big money for these engines. And what happens is they bust your engine down, take it out completely. Your engine has a VIN number on it, but it's a VIN number code. So the code has to be scanned in order for the VIN number to pop up on a computer. So you and I both know 99% of the population doesn't have that type of tool. You could be looking at an engine right now and it's yours and you wouldn't know it. All right. They swap them out, put them in a 300, put them in another Charger, put them in another Challenger, throw a wide body kit on it, and now all of a sudden it's a Hellcat for less than $20,000. And the interesting part is that once your engine has been stolen, it's gone forever. There's absolutely no way that a police officer or a police department is going to go by every Hellcat Charger, Hellcat Challenger, Hellcat 300, Hellcat Jeep, and look at their engine and have them jack it up so that they can scan the VIN number. That engine's gone, right? What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a car. That makes it a car blog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it, man. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So let's talk about it, man. Obviously we talk about Hellcats getting stolen, getting taken, a whole nine. Shout out to CarLock. I'm sure CarLock has prevented quite a few Hellcats, Chargers and Challengers, Durangos, TRX, Jeep Trackhawks from getting stolen. So check them out as well. My link is in the description. But oftentimes, and what I've seen personally, and I've seen a lot, what I've seen personally is that when a Hellcat gets stolen, one or two things happen. The number one thing is the person that just wants to, floss with your car. He just wants to flaunt it. So he'll rewrap it. He'll either scratch the VIN number out or put a brand new VIN number on there somehow or another, right? Rewrap it, new VIN number. You wouldn't even know it was yours. The car could be behind you in traffic and you wouldn't even know it was yours. It could be a Hellcat Charger, Hellcat Challenger, Durango, whatever the case may be, right beside you in traffic. You wouldn't know it was yours. But it is yours. And he's joyriding in it. He's having fun. He's taking it to car meets and car shows. He's swinging it. There was one Instagram video where it was an old SRT8 Charger that had just been reported stolen. All over Instagram, it was reported stolen. And this is a unique looking Charger. Somehow or another, it showed up at a swing meet, swinging. And that video went viral on Instagram. So that's number one. That's the least or the less likely of the two, but that's number one. Number two is they want your engine. You want to know why? Hellcat engines right now, and we're just talking about base model Hellcats. When I say base model, I'm not talking red eye or demon. I'm just talking run-of-the-mill 700 horsepower 6.2 liter Hellcat. Right now, you can get a 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat 6.2 liter engine for $11,000 on eBay, and it is pre-owned, right? That's a 2015. That's almost a 10-year-old engine, but they're still going for $11,000. But the newer ones, however, 2019, you say, 2020, 2021, Dodge is selling them for $19,530, basically $20,000 plus tax. $20,000 for the engine. Who do you know that buys a Hellcat and the first thing they say is, you know what I want to do, man? I want to sell my engine. I want to yank my engine out of my car, right? I just want a shell of a Challenger or a shell of a Charger or a shell of a Durango, and I want to sell my engine. And I want somebody to buy it and swap it in a, what are people putting Hellcat engines in now? I've seen Hellcat engines in everything. I've seen Hellcats in Jeeps that are not Trackhawks. I've seen Hellcat engines in 300s. That's getting popular right now. Every time I get on like Dodge anything on Instagram, I'm seeing Hellcat swapped 300. So 300s right now is a popular thing. Not to mention 300 and the Charger is probably identical under the hood of the car as far as the performance is concerned. It's just one of those things, like Dodge never dropped a Hellcat engine in the 300, which surprises me. I would think that they would have done that. If they dropped the 6.4, why wouldn't they drop a Hellcat? That's what everybody was expecting. But in any case, Hellcat swapped 300, seeing that a lot. Hellcat swapped Challengers and Chargers that are not Hellcats originally, but like old RT bodies. I'm seeing old SRT 8 Chargers that's got Hellcat engines in them. I'm seeing old SRT 8 Challengers that's got Hellcat engines in them. I'm seeing it all. Now, like I said, let's be honest here. Who's going to drop $20,000 on a Hellcat engine to put it in their Charger or their old school 300 or old school SRT 8 Challenger? Right? That's a stolo. Somebody stole that. But you know, like I know, that if you've ever seen a Hellcat engine, and correct me if I'm wrong, they may be doing things differently. The transmission, the engine itself, does not have the numerical VIN number on it. It just has a code that you got to scan with an appropriate tool, and then that'll pull up the VIN number. So you know, like I know, once that engine and that transmission is under a body of a car, it's gone forever. Like, no one's going to know. No one. I don't even know if when you take your car to Dodge to have them service it, I don't know if Dodge scans the VIN number of all of the components of a car every single time. I don't think that they even do that. I really think that if you take your car to Dodge and say, hey, listen, I've got a Hellcat Swap 300 or Hellcat Swap SRT8 Charger, 2012 Charger, something like that, and I want you to service it, they're just going to do what you tell them to do. I don't think that they're going to do any investigation. And even still, they're not going to call the police or nothing like that and turn it into a legitimate investigation. A lot of these swaps that you're seeing online, come on now, let's be real here. Let's keep it a buck. You know, not to mention, you know, like I know, that even though that Hellcat engine may be worth $20,000, a lot of people aren't going to pay $20,000 in cash for a Hellcat engine, especially under the table. 9 times out of 10, that $20,000 Hellcat engine, it's going for about 6, going for about 8.5. You know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with somebody that's got some money, maybe 10 racks. You know what I'm saying? That's what people want. That's why the Hellcats are so popular and have always been so popular as far as, stealing is concerned, is because you got a $20,000 to $30,000 investment under the hood of your car that you don't even know about. I mean, how many times have you gotten on Instagram Mopar pages, Mopar Club, SRT.Hellcat, all these Instagram pages, and seeing Chargers and Challengers that have been completely stripped, and it's nothing but a shell. Like, they look like they just came from the factory, how well they were stripped, right? Like, it's that bad. They will strip your stuff down to the point that I remember in 2020 when they first started releasing the wide body Hellcat Chargers, the wide body Chargers, not Hellcats, but just the wide body Chargers in general. There was a dude up in, I guess it was Detroit, and he had a red Charger wide body Hellcat, and it had the black stripes, blacked out tint. It was clean. Somehow or another, that Hellcat got stolen, not surprisingly. Given the fact that it was in Detroit, I believe. It got stolen, and when I say they stripped that car clean, I mean they stripped it clean. They took the seats. They took the dashboard. Of course, they took the engine, the rims. They took the brake pads. They took it all. They probably took the dude's sunglasses in the car. That's how bad they stripped it down. And 9 times out of 10, that Hellcat motor ended up in the SRT8 Charger, SRT8 Challenger, a 300, Hellcat Swap 300s. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's what a lot of people do with those engines. They either swap them or they completely bust it down and sell it somewhere else, And it's just, I mean, and when I say swap, I'm talking about like swap as in, you know, change the tint, change the wrap of the car, change out the VIN number. I don't know how they do that, but they do that. Change out the VIN number. Um, change out the VIN number. I'm sitting there looking at the mail lady. But change out the VIN number, change out the wrap, change out the rims. You wouldn't even know it was yours. And that car is just driving around the city, you know. And I don't know how, from a legal standpoint, they're able to do that, because you would think that the police would run the plates and be like, this plate is coming back to a Honda Civic and this is a Trackhawk. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me to know. That's none of my business. But that's way number one. And then, of course, number two is they just want your parts. And they want your parts so that they can sell them for the low, make a quick buck. Because like I said, nobody's running around the streets with $20,000 in cash or $30,000 in cash so that they can buy a Hellcat engine or a Red Eye engine or a Demon engine, you know? So that $20,000 for your Hellcat, can you imagine this? You've got a Red Eye Challenger, jailbreak, whatever. They steal your shit. You clearly got a $27,000, $28,000 engine under the hood of your car. They steal it. They bust it down. You find out that your $27,000, $28,000, $30,000 Red Eye engine was sold on the street for $7,000. And now your engine is in somebody else's 300 or SRT8 or a Jeep or not even a Mopar. I've seen Hellcats I've seen them in Nissans. I've seen them in, I even saw one in a Tesla. This was years ago. Can you imagine that? Like that would probably break your heart. But that's why they want the Hellcat so bad. It's for that reason right there. You got some people that just want to, you know, bust them, break them down, or whatever the case may be. And when I say, well, beat them up, I'll say that. They just want to beat them up. They want to take them to the car meets and beat on them, drive around the city saying that they got a Hellcat, knowing damn well it's stolen. You'd be surprised. Go to any car meet. One of those night car meets, swing meets, one of those takeovers. If you see 10 Hellcats, I guarantee you 3 of them are stolen. You know, like it's just that bad. 3 of them are probably stolen. You feel me? And that's really what it is. Like, these guys are bold, man. They're bold enough to steal your shit, rewrap it, new rims, new VIN number, and then pull up to the car meets that you be at and pull up right next to you talking about, hey man, I got a new Hellcat. You know, they got a new Hellcat. And that's another thing. Like, when those cars get stolen, they don't get sold for MSRP. Don't for one second think that, you know, these cars are getting sold for $60, $70, $80, $90,000. No, a lot of these guys just want to make a quick flip. So they'll steal your shit and sell it for $12,000. Your entire car for $12,000. And if they just want the engine, well, we'll let the engine go for $6,000 or $7,000. So that's the reality of the situation, man. It's one of those things, like, I follow a lot of Dodge pagers on Instagram, and I see these Hellcat Chargers and Challengers that just get bust down. And I'm talking about bust down to the point that you wouldn't even be able to tell that it was a Charger. They take the fucking emblems, you know? They take the emblems off the car. And these cars just get bust down to the point that the windows are gone, the emblems are gone, everything under the hood of the car is gone, the seats are gone, everything's gone. They take your damn Dodge manual. That's gone too. And you wouldn't even be able to tell that it was a Dodge, let alone a Charger or a Challenger. And you got to ask yourself, what are they doing with these engines? What are they doing with these transmission parts? You have no idea how many people tag me on Instagram, how many DMs I get from these junkyards that just happen to have Hellcat engines just laying around. And it's like, bro, I'm not stupid. I'm not reposting that. What, you trying to get me knocked? Even though a lot of these, if not all of these garages are not in North Carolina, like none of them are. Most of them are in Detroit. I've seen some in Texas. One was in New York. But they'll DM me and want me to repost. Hey, listen, I got a Red Eye engine just laying around. You know, if you know anybody that I'm not reposting that. I'm not even responding to you. You're getting blocked. Like, what do you think I'm boo-boo the fool? You think I'm stupid? Come on now. Like I said, I'll use this example again. Who buys a $90,000 Hellcat? Charger or Challenger, Durango, TRX, Trackhawk, whatever. And the first thing they do is, I'm going to rip the engine out and sell it for $20,000. Or sell it for $7,000. I just want to make a quick $7,000. Come on now. I'm not reposting your junkyard pages. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. But yeah, guys, that's what happens, man. So, I mean, whenever you see a Hellcat swapped SRT8 Charger, SRT8 Challenger, old school 300, Jeep, Nissan, like I said, I've seen the Nissan with the Hellcat engine in it. You got to ask yourself, is that legal? Probably not. As always, this has been your boy Knockout 360, man. Just putting you guys up on game. I'm sure you already knew this, but I just thought that was interesting to share because one of my subscribers sent me a video, or not video, but he sent me pictures of a Charger. And I don't know if this is his Charger. He didn't specify, but it was a 392 Charger. This one was actually 392. And 392 Charger in blue, clean. And he sent me what it was when he bought it, and he sent me what it was when he found it. And like I said, it was a shell. You can even see what the 392 badge was. Like, it was an imprint on the side of the car. That's no longer there. That's the glue, the sticky glue that they put on the back of your 392 badge. You can see it on the side of the car, and everything's stripped down. I mean, it's perfectly, the body is perfectly preserved. Like, they could take this body, send it right back to Dodge, and Dodge would put it right back in the you know, conveyor belt line to have it built to be another 300 or a 392 like it was. And it just got me to thinking, like, how many times have I seen Chargers and Challengers that just get stripped down, just bust down from top to bottom? And it makes you wonder, where do these parts end up? Exactly. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment. I feel bad for this guy, this one of my subscribers that sent me this, that his 392 Charger got stripped down like that. I hate it for you. Hopefully you can talk to the insurance and have them work something out for you, man. I hate that this had to happen to you, but yeah, that's what happens. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Knockout. See you in the next one. Peace.